Hiya folks, this is going to be a fairly short video with some shout outs and just a little chat, but you may be surprised to see that I'm smoking a cigar. I do occasionally, and this is an Undercroft, lovely cigar. I'm not really good at distinguishing all the tastes and smells and that kind of thing, but I'm enjoying it. Right, I've got some shout outs for you again. This time it's the Harlow Piper, Virginia Piper, the Pipeless Piper, and Clayton Orr Jr. And Clayton Orr Jr. is doing a giveaway at the moment. It's 100 sub giveaway. And it's worth visiting all these people. And if you haven't subscribed to them, just give them some love from the community and give them a sub. And I'll put their names down in the bucket at the bottom when I finish this video. What I wanted to do as part of the chat is to ask you whether you've thought how much pipe smokers are brainwashed. I realised this morning that one of my morning smokes is Dunhill's Early Morning. And my evening smokes usually nightcap somewhere in the evening. And I began to ask myself why, and realised it was to do with the name. Early morning pipe, you smoke it in the morning. Dunhill nightcap, you smoke it in the evening. And it's the same with a lot of tobacco names, that we sort of smoke them at particular times purely because of the name of the tobacco. Yeah, it's traditional, I suppose, to smoke strong tobaccos at night. But for someone like me who doesn't have a nicotine sense, it's, doesn't make much difference when I'm smoking it Dunhill nightcap in the morning and early morning pipe in the night. But I've never thought of being brainwashed, and they don't even have to spend a lot of money on it, just on the name, and you get people playing on the name Sobrani, Sobrani copies, or the name Sobrani sort of put there. And I guess that's to make us think that it's like the original Sobrani pipe tobacco. And we look at some of the descriptions on the tin and think, oh yeah, that's lovely, and yet I've found a lot of the descriptions on the tin aren't really that good at describing what's inside. Times of the year we smoke Halloween tobaccos, we smoke Christmas tobaccos, we smoke summer blends and winter blends, and a lot of it is purely on the name. Haunted bookshop, and sort of names like that make us think, oh, it's Halloween, I need some Halloween tobacco. And I wondered how many of you, like me, are a bit brainwashed. It's quite surprising to think that I take notice of such things so much. And it is nice to have a tobacco, special tobacco for Halloween, or Christmas and Easter and whatever. But does it, does it have to be the one with the name on it? I don't know. And then I realised how much I'm influenced by advertising on television or on the radio. Not so much in papers and magazines because I don't read them. But it's so easy, isn't it? You sort of think, oh, yeah, that looks good. I'm beginning to realise that I'm more like Homer Simpson than I'd like to admit. I was watching something the other day and I thought, oh yeah, that'd be good. And then I stopped and sort of thought, but when would I really use it? I've got an electroanalysis machine that electrolysis machine for taking off imperfections on your skin, and warts and various things like that. But I haven't used it. It didn't cost much. It came from China. But I thought, what made me buy it? And it was the advertising. It was a little video that they put up on Facebook. There's a guy that I follow called I've forgotten the name of the channel, but it's financial savings channel. It gives you tips on how to save money and that kind of thing. And one of the things he says about buying something is, if you can't afford it, don't buy it, sort of save up for it and that kind of thing. And is it absolutely necessary, in other words? And if he says, and if you've got the money, ask yourself, will I use it? He's not trying to put you off buying, but he's just sort of saying, look, be sensible. Really think about it before you buy something. And I can point to lots of things around my house that I've bought and maybe used them once or twice. With me, it's especially things for the kitchen. But by the time I've got them out, set them up, and, I realise I could have done it as quick with a knife or with just by using a different method. And it's not just with possessions or advertising's trying to sell us things. It's with stuff that comes on the news. When I was a lot younger, news channels were unusual. They told you the news. They didn't comment on it. They just were straight and told you the news, particularly the BBC. You could rely on it. And I noticed one advert in one of the old copies of the Times newspaper, and it said, dense fog, continent cut off. And it used to do avalanche in India or wherever it was. No Englishman hurt. But news isn't like that anymore. It doesn't just give you the facts. They give you opinion. And their opinions based on their political views of the owner, usually, or on the political views of the news channel or the programme we're watching. And we tend to watch it because it fits in with our understanding of the world. But I've started watching odd news channels. I watch Al Jazeera news. And I've been surprised because they just tell the story. I've watched Russian news, French news, the programs that are meant for worldwide publication. And a lot of times they're not propaganda, they just give you a different insight into what's happening. And they might mention things that your own news channels haven't. Brainwashing is a wonderful thing in a sense, or marketing, should I say, rather than brainwashing. You know, the companies that try to convince you that their product's better than any other, and sometimes some are. You know, you sort of think, yes, that's right, they are better, but sometimes they're not. You know, like the washing up liquid or washing powder for your laundry. They're always new with extra whitening. And I think they've changed so much over the years and so many times that they must have been leaving my clothes dirty at the beginning. But anyway, I'll leave it there for you with the shout outs and that little thought on brainwashing. I was very lucky last week because a few weeks ago it was St. Patrick's Day, and this little leprechaun came up and offered me 3 wishes. And I wished for an everlasting Guinness bottle. And he said, what other 2 wishes do you want? I said, well, another 2 like these. It was my Irishness that came out, really. Okay, may you be richly blessed. May blessings pour upon you, and may your God go with you, and never, ever let go of your hand. And perhaps next time we watch a pipe advert and tobacco, maybe we won't be quite so taken in by the blurb, although in my case I don't think so.